Okay, and welcome to the last video in the Solidworks tutorial series. Here we're going to take our completed solid file that we have on screen and we're going to turn it into a drawing or a blueprint. So to do that, we're going to go up to here where it says Create New, so the blank page icon, and we're going to click the triangle. It's going to give me an option to make drawing from part assembly. Let's left click that. Wait for a little bit. It's going to give you this sheet format size pop-up. Make sure this only show standard formats is unchecked. And we're going to scroll down to A4 landscape. That's what you're looking for. We're going to click OK. It's going to give us our sheet that we're looking for. And from here, I'm essentially going to start off with just by grabbing the front view. So left click and drag onto the page, and then I don't have any buttons pressed right now, but I can drag up, click again to create that view, click to the right, move the mouse to the right and click to create that view, and up here I can create a sort of a perspective view. So let's just click that right there. I don't want to place any more views, so I'm going to hit the check mark. And now from here, I can grab these. If I kind of go over to that border you see that comes up, that allows me to reposition these anywhere I want. So for now, let's just move that out of the way here. One of the things I noticed is that this is quite big. There's not enough space for me to fit everything. So I'm going to change the scale on just this view by clicking on the border. See how it's blue? I'm going to scroll down to the left side here, and you should be able to see a scale section. Now, parent scale means that's the scale that everything else is. So we're going to go down, we're going to go to custom scale. And if we go 1 to 2, that means it's going to be half the size that it used to be. So I'm going to change it to 1 to 1.5. So I'm just going to type in 1.5, deleting the 2, hit enter, and there we are. That looks like a reasonable size for me. I'm going to position that over here. Over here, I've got some style options, which essentially just affects how the appearance of that rendering is. So I can click these and check a few different options. I'm going to grab this one here, which is shaded with edges. So I'll put that over there and we'll leave it there. Now I'm going to grab this drawing, shift it over a little bit, position it how I like it. And over here for this one, I'm going to change the style. I'm going to use this one here, hidden lines visible. That means that I can see the slot that goes through the part, which is what I want. Perfect. So at this point, we've got this set up, and all that's left is to hit the check mark, and we're going to add some dimensions to here. Because we're going to give this, the idea is we're going to give this to someone, they're going to make this hammer for us. So I'm going to add some dimensions. So we're in annotation tab. There's also a drawing tab. Annotation is what we want. Smart dimension, just like before. Just like before, we can zoom in to get closer and so on. So what I'm going to do is let's add this height back in. So I'm looking for the height. Now I can't just go to this line like we did when we created that solid. Because it's got that corner on it now. So I'm going to click once on the top and click once on the bottom line. Make sure you've got the very bottom line selected. Click on that, and then you can click on either one of these pie shapes. So I'm going to click on the left side, and it's going to give me that dimension on the left side. I can also reposition it anywhere I want. We're going to add this 3.05 dimension here. So for that, we are essentially looking for, click on this far left line and this corner here. And you can see that if you drag it straight down, it's going to give you that length of 3.05. That's what we're looking for. We're going to add this radius in. So I'm just going to hover over this edge here. See how it turns orange? Left click again, pull it out somewhere that makes sense, and just leave it there. That gives us that radius of 0.10. going to move to this view up here. I'm going to add that width of that hammer. So I'm going to click at the top line, click on the bottom line, and then that left pie shape or half circle. So 1.1 inches is how wide that hammer is. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Going to go over here. We're going to add the width of that slot. So to do that, we can click here, and then I'm going to bring it out a little bit. Let's go to about here. That's going to give me the width of that slot. Another way to dimension it would be as on the drawing where we're just using the radius, but we're going to use this method for now. So what else can we dimension on here? Well, we can dimension the position of that slot. So how are we going to do that? Left click on that far line. I'm going to grab that point there, which is the edge of that center, the edge of that slot rather. Just click here. One more time, here to the opposite side. And we've got 2.1 inches. Remember, just because you put it by accident in the wrong spot doesn't mean you can't adjust it later. So right now, these things are a little bit in the way. It's running into the edge of the drawing. It's not a problem. I can exit Smart Dimension, grab this, and pull the whole thing down to a place that makes more sense. So I'm happy with that. Over here, we're going to add the 7-degree angle. So I'm going to put Smart Dimension on again. Click on that angle. Click on this straight vertical line. And there we are, 7 degrees, perfect. And then how tall, how far down does that taper go? Well, it goes down, top to the bottom, 0.25 inches. That's why we said it would be on the solid. There we go. We're happy with that. Only thing that's missing is this angle here, that 15-degree angle. So just like before, click that line. So hover until it's orange. Hover until it's orange. Click. There's our 15 degrees. Repeat the same thing on this side. Click, click, bring it out. Perfect. And then we can also add the position of the slot, the vertical position, which is just the bottom to there. And that is that 0.55 inches. You can drag it down here, wherever makes sense. So now I've got essentially all my dimensions that I want on this drawing in. At this point, if I want, I can go back in, rearrange them. You might see on your screen occasionally, you can see this sort of ghosted blue line. That's just a preview glitch, so that's not going to be there when it's actually being created. It's just a little glitch inside SolidWorks. So if you're seeing that, shouldn't worry about it. It probably will disappear later on by itself. Okay, so I've got everything where I want it to be. I can adjust the position of these to be more legible however I want. And at this point, I'm done with my smart dimensions, so I'm going to leave that. We're going to change the name of the drawing. And to do that, all we're going to do, zoom into that area. On the left side here, I'm going to right click on sheet format, and I'm going to go down to where it says edit sheet format. Click that. If I hover over this, you'll see there's a little sort of an A symbol that comes up. Double click, and you're just going to write your name here. So right now it's going to be whatever your file name was, so you're just going to replace that with just your name. And once you've got it written in, you're going to click up here, click anywhere in the gray, and then click up here, which just exits the sheet format. At this point, we've basically got our drawing complete. It's got the information that we're looking to have on it. The dimensions are visible, the drawings are visible, our name's on it. That's basically as far as you need to go for this tutorial. Once you're at this point, don't forget to save. So you can do that by clicking the save icon, and it's going to create a separate file because this is a drawing. So again, put that on your desktop. call it something, hit save. And at this point, you're welcome to grab your instructor, have them look over this. They'll kind of review anything that needs to be modified, and you are complete the SolidWorks portion of the course.